The emergency session of the Galactic Council lasted 4 minutes. That's how long it took for them to decide Earth's fate. The Devourer swarm has consumed the outer rim, High Chancellor Vexnari announced, her voice strained. 60 civilizations gone in 3 months. We're initiating Protocol Omega, full military withdrawal to the core worlds. All Council species are ordered to evacuate immediately. Ambassador Maria Santos stood from Earth's observer seat. What about evacuation assistance? We have 4 billion people in. Earth is not a Council member, Vexnari interrupted. Your species achieved space flight only 30 years ago. You have no FTL capability, no defensive fleet, nothing to contribute. I'm sorry, Ambassador, but resources must go to viable evacuations. You have 48 hours before we seal the core barrier. I suggest you make peace with your gods. The connection terminated. Just like that, humanity was written off. Too primitive, too isolated, too irrelevant to save. Maria stared at the dark screen, then smiled coldly. They have no idea what we've been building. The galaxy didn't know about Project Nightfall. They didn't know that humanity had achieved FTL, just not the kind anyone recognized. While other species bent space or created wormholes, human scientists had gone deeper. They'd found the spaces between spaces, the void that existed beneath reality itself. Dr. James Chun called it void drive. Traditional FTL was like traveling on a highway. Void drive was like cutting through the earth beneath the road. Faster, undetectable, and absolutely terrifying. Early tests had driven 3 crews insane, but humanity had perfected it, driven by the knowledge that they were alone in a hostile universe. Now, that universe was about to discover what happens when you abandon humanity to die. The Devourer swarm reached the mid-rim 3 weeks later. Billions of biomechanical horrors that can matter, energy itself. The Council's defensive line shattered. Species that had stood for millennia fled in panic. The planet Thexan was next. 5 billion Thexari, civilians huddled in bunkers as the swarm descended, blotting out their sun. Their military had evacuated days ago, following Council orders. They were alone, waiting for the end. Then the void opened. Space didn't tear or ripple. It simply split, like reality itself was unzipping. From that impossible darkness emerged ships. Human ships, hundreds of them, appearing simultaneously across the planet's orbit. They were dark, angular, covered in strange geometries that hurt to look at. This is Fleet Admiral Sarah Chun of the Terran Void Navy to all Thexari channels. A voice broadcast in perfect Thexari. We receive your distress call. Humanity remembers who abandoned us. But we also remember who we are. Evacuation ships are deploying now. You have 30 minutes to board. The Thexari couldn't believe it. The primitive species, the abandoned species, had come. But more shocking was what happened next. The human warships engaged the Devourer swarm with weapons the galaxy had never seen. Void lances that erased targets from reality. Dimensional mines that created micro-black holes. And the ships themselves could phase in and out of real space, appearing inside enemy formations before vanishing again. The battle lasted 6 hours. When it ended, the swarm was destroyed, and 5 billion Thexari were evacuated to safe zones humanity had established beyond the Council's reach. Word spread instantly. Humanity was fighting. Humanity was winning. And humanity was saving everyone the Council had abandoned. Fleet after fleet emerged from the void. Earth had built an armada in secret, not to conquer, but to ensure they'd never be helpless again. Now, they were using it to... The Council sent a priority transmission to Admiral Chun. Chancellor Vexnari appeared on screen, her pride gone, replaced by desperation. Admiral, we made a mistake. We need your help. The core worlds are being evacuated as we speak, Chun interrupted. We've already deployed 30 fleets. Not because you asked, but because it's the right thing to do. Unlike you, we don't abandon people because they can't help us back. She leaned forward. But let me be clear, Chancellor. When this is over, there will be a new order. One where species aren't judged by their age or their weapons, but by their character. Earth is declaring independence from your council. We'll establish our own alliance, one built on mutual respect, not convenience. And one more thing, Chen added. Every species we save tonight will remember who came when the council fled. They'll remember who had the courage to dive into the void when everyone else